Welcome all you plus two comedy modifiers back to Blueprints. We join back with my live stream already in progress.
Ooh, I wasn't fully confident on that one. If I got it wrong, I would have lost 30 steps, which would have been a freaking nightmare. Okay. Yeah, we're going to run back around so we can do dig spots and stuff. Nothing to dig in here. Nothing to dig in here. Spend $1. But I want to run through the courtyard, right? Yeah. Pebbles, that's not worth anything. Come on, something. Keys. Rocks. Rocks! Alright. On through here. How many keys do I have? I have 5 keys. This is worth opening these. Because I also have lock picks for doors, so I think we're in good shape. Alright. Plus 1 key. I don't have a freaking sledgehammer. Reroll die. Pair of them. That's good. And monies. Okay. We're doing well right now. Don't walk in there. That's not where we want to go. We want to go up and around, right? Yeah. All right. We can stop and see if there's anything worth making in the workshop as well. Because I can make a jackhammer, which is tempting, but I'm really hoping for a sledgehammer. So anything I can do with the lockpick. Oh, right. This lets me like really okay, that's good to know. I don't know if that's what I'm going to commit to. Shovel can be mixed with the broken lever. And that with the compass. Oh, this makes the dowsing rod. Don't want the dowsing rod because I'd rather have a shovel. Battery pack and the broken lever, of course. Magnifying glass. This gives me the burning glass, right? Yeah, but I don't have anything I want to use that on currently. All right. So nothing I want to make. Unless, you know what, actually, because I think I'm going to actually go with the metal detector and this. I'm the lockpicks. Yeah, so I can unlock doors better. Let's do that. Assemble. Thank you. Yay. There's a dig spot in here. I got a single $1. All right. Oh yeah, this is we're also all right. So we have power in this room. So if I can get a powered room, like a laundry room or something, we can do some good stuff. The problem is I think it's too early for this. I don't think I want this yet. I don't. I have another way to go. I think I'm going to go with the funeral parlor, and we'll play another game, and then we'll see what happens. Oh, I get so mad. There was so much text. I had to turn away in disgust. All right, let's... Okay, I thought the key was there for a second. All right. The gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. Okay. So it is true that longest is the longest word on a box because it's this box. So this is at least partially true. There's only one box with gems. That's another important rule. The gem are on a box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on a box. Okay, so those directly conflict with one another. Black, settle this out. There are words on the box with the gems. This box does not contain the gems. Okay. So this is my thought. This has to be true, right? We know that. This box doesn't contain the gems, and there are words on the box with the gems. All the boxes have words, so clearly this is true, and it's not this one. If it's the shortest word, A is on this box and on this box. So it can't be. No, I think the opposite. The box with the shortest word, A is the shortest word on the box. There are two boxes that A is the shortest word on them. So I think this box is false, and this is our only true box. The gems are on a box with the longest word. But yeah, I think this box is true, but I think the gems are in here. Because we have, I think this is one, there has to be at least one true and one false, but there can be two trues and two falses. So this one has to be true. So one of these two has to be false. I think this is the false one because this contains the word A and this contains the word A. So this is the true box. We're looking for the one with the longest word, and shortest is the longest word. So I think they're in the white box. Agree. Good. I don't get it. I don't know why I'm wrong. I legitimately don't know why that's wrong. But it says longest is the longest word on a box. That is the longest word on this box. So that's true. There's a gem in a box. The gems are in the box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on the box. But shortest is the longest word on any of the boxes. I don't know how I screwed that one up. I mean, they can't both be false and this be the only true one, because then there's not enough information. Oh, I guess technically... Shortest could be correct, and it's not this one. So, which still brings me back to it. Shame. I'm in my shame corner.
Editor Noah here. I wanted to take some time and really explain what just happened. Because I did some research to figure out what went wrong here because I couldn't understand it. And I understand it now. I would say that a big part of it is my fault. I think there is a part of it that is the game's fault. So let's go over the puzzle again. There are 3 boxes. The blue box says the gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. The white box says the gems are in a box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on a box. Black says there are words on a box with gems. This box does not contain the gems. So, first we have to restate the rules of this game, because this is something that I had a bit of a misconception with, even though it clearly says it in the rules. I keep saying which one is the false box versus which one is the true box. I keep saying that there has to be at least one true box and at least one false box. That's not exactly what it says. What it says exactly is there must be at least one box with only true statements. There must be at least one box with only false statements. I kind of go into this with the idea of if there's one false statement, that is the false box, but the other statement could be true. That is not how it is. There must be one box with only true statements. There must be one box with only false statements. The third box could be completely true, completely false, a mix of both. But those are the important rules to maintain. So, what is actually happening with this puzzle? Well, we also know as part of the rules that only one box has gems in it. The black box states there are words on the box with the gems. This box does not contain gems. We know for sure that since all three boxes have words on it, that the gems are in a box with words on it. So we're supposed to take this as the true box. We should also note that the black box does not contain the shortest word. It does not contain the word A. It also does not contain the longest word, which in this case is shortest. We went over that, but it's very important to note that based on all the rules and based on what these boxes are saying, the black box has to be true. What we are then supposed to do is look at this as one of these two boxes must have both statements be false. That is what is key. So the white box says the gems are in the box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on a box. That seems very, very possibly true. A is definitely the shortest word on a box. So maybe it is in a box with the shortest word. The blue box says the gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. My interpretation of that is one of the three boxes. On one of those three boxes, longest will be the longest word on one of the three boxes. That is not the correct interpretation of this. The correct interpretation of this is the gems are on a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word that appears on any box. Longest is the longest word on any box. So you're supposed to interpret the word A as any in this scenario. Since the word shortest appears on the white box, and that's actually a longer word, this means this must be a lie. And to have a situation where we have a box with only false statements, that means this has to be the one with both false statements. So, because of that, we're in the situation where the white box is true, and it's on a box with the shortest word on it, which is A, but both white and blue contain that word. Because blue is false, it can't be in the box with the longest word on it. It can't be in the white box because that would make a statement on the blue box true, and both of them need to be false. Personally, I think you could really fix this if it said any box or made it more clear that by saying longest is the longest word on a box, it meant all the boxes as a whole. That being said, because you know the rules that one box has to be two false statements, it does kind of force you to eventually make that interpretation of the rules. I'm not a super fan of this puzzle, but in the end it is fair. I just don't like it. Anyway, that's why I got this wrong. Back to the Let's Play.
All right. So now that I have so limited steps, goals are very different from what we were doing before. I have rerolls. So we can reroll for a store, or we can reroll it until we get the laundry room and attempt to do that. Let's see. Or we could just do the damn archives. I think archives are the move here. It's a scary thing to do, but there's a reason I want to do the archives. So archives is a powered room. Yeah, let's do the archives. Okay. So we have two ways to go. Hadn't considered this being a problem. Could read through this again, but I don't feel like it. So, oh, they're both these doors? Oh, well, that's game ending. Anyway, I had reason to go here so I could look at these cabinets. Because there's a clue about the cabinets in the aquarium. So I don't have a key card, so there's nothing that I can do right now. I think the only thing left to do is to go outside and look where the guy is pointing in the picture and see if that actually is anything. I can't get to these filing cabinets. My guess is, because the clue I saw had like an arrow pointing to this and X's in other rooms. I think there's something I need to do first and then do archives. I'm starting to think that's the deal here. That's all the filing cabinet. Oh, God. I'm very upset. I remain quite upset about this. Seeing if there's anything that's clickable that my cursor was like, oh, it's a hidden thing. I don't have a lot of steps. Oh, man, I'm so upset. I got to get rid of this funeral parlor upgrade. I think there was a dig spot in the boiler room I missed. That's exciting. And then I'll dig, and I'll dig up a key card. And was that Jim? Yeah, I walked right past that. All right. Is there not a dig spot down here? Well, damn. Never mind then. Let's get out of here. All right, so we're going to try to go outside. That's the only thing that's like really left to do. Is we'll try to go outside. And we'll look in that spot. So disappointing. Because I can't make it back to the kitchen on 9 steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'll pass out the moment I step in there. I have just as my controller's dying anyway. This controller, just so everyone knows, is fresh off the charger. Uh, it doesn't hold the charge anymore, and it drifts and it sucks. But looks to me like, yeah, there's the little chip, so it looks like he's pointing like here. I don't know what could be pointed at here, except for maybe the elevator, but yeah, it's like a big chunk. It looks like it's this broken spot. It looks like this is where the picture in the attic is, and it just goes that way. It's sad when a controller dies. It truly is. I also had the idea that the different color stones were going to mean something. There's another broken area. Could be standing right here, maybe. Something here. Can I dig? Bird bath. This also kind of looks like it could be a sanctum puzzle of some kind, but here's some more broken. I think I've been there. I think I've located that area. Maybe I haven't. Who freaking knows? I sure don't. I have 4 steps left, so there's almost nothing I can do. Run through here just because I haven't in a while. Clipboard. 6/18. Maybe that's an important date. Who knows? Each of the manifest of all evacuated equipment has been regulatory delivered to the upper branch. After tomorrow, which would be the 19th, the site will be sealed and all remaining hardware will be picked up and transported to the original access tunnel for long-term storage. It's unclear if, I guess that's the tunnel I'm in. This is just all the equipment. It just goes back forever. It's unclear if they also seal the tunnel after our crew has left, but I suspect they may want to keep it ready access to the gear, especially how they've begun operations in the East Mine. A month ago, I believed that a discovery of gemstones in the cavern was directly linked to the closure of this site, but now I'm not too sure. The Baron doesn't seem the type to value shiny baubles over history. Yeah, I guess I never really thought why the mining was happening, but rip this off the wall. Well, I think this is yet another disappointing day. I'm trying to find the broken... There's something weird about that rock. I think the textures on that rock are wrong. But like usually if you find a picture and someone's pointing at something, you take note. Because it could be pointed this way. I don't know. My guess is that it's here, though. Let me run down there real quick. And that'll be how we end this here Let's Play. And there's the brokenness. I never got a key card, did I? No, I have no key card, so I can't even go to the foundation if I wanted to. Oh, I guess I could have opened the room in the boiler room. Well, shoot. And that might have done something for me, but probably not. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for the stream. I think after this series of unfortunate events, I'm going to go... Actually, let me go sleep in the guest bedroom, because maybe it's her ladyship's chambers, and I'll get extra steps. Sorry, I saw the reflection in this, and for a moment it looked like a sanctum. Like the circle and the lines. It dawned on me today that I've unlocked almost all the sanctums and have no clue how to solve any of them. And I was like, oh, I got to do a better job. But yeah, this is it. This is game. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Blueprints. Let's see what we have going on here. I'm crushed about the parlor game. I was so good at them. The Red Villa. Be sure to subscribe right here to +2 Comedy Gaming to catch up on all my past live streams. Oh, it ends on you walking to the tent. That's why the tent zooms in. That's fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Boop.